2005, we were driving around with my wife and we got to see a plot that was selling 100 acres. And the price was 449,000. It was very close to the city. And we talked. I told my wife, you know, this just requires people pulling together. 100 acres, 400. All you need is somebody to stand up, go and get a mortgage for us, and we can pay. And I remember that time, we immediately went, we talked to some of the people that we knew, and things just couldn't work. And we felt very bad, because this is an opportunity that is, we could carry if we are many, but now we can't. Believe it or not, cut the story short, it only took 1 year, and the 100 acres were actually bought by developers. If we had pulled our resources together, probably each one of us could have had a house, and we just tell this person, you know what, take everything, take 90 acres, just give us a house each. But at that time, we didn't. Now, cooperative, we all know what it is, but sometimes we fear the consequences. And as I was telling one of you just a while ago, those who will not join Elevations right now, 10 years from now, they will wish they did. 15 years ago, a bunch of guys in Eldoret decided they were going to start a cooperative. I was there at the time. I knew the value of this cooperative, but I just didn't have the money. That is where my problem was, because sometimes we fear getting into things, and the idea is that I don't have money. We all have money, however little. But the thing is, we fear. We say, let me not go inside. Elevations are asking 1,000, and some people are paid 10,000. No, let me not go there. You'll be surprised that indeed you could very easily be here. But there's so many people who will not come to join. Let me tell you, they will regret. So this group started. And I'm telling you, as we talk right now, several years later, this is not theory. They bought 4 years ago, 64 units. My wife is a witness. 64 units in Nairobi, 3 4-bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, worth over $500 million Kenya shillings. Example number 2. Cooperatives do basically 3 things. We are here, in fact, I'm just using Elevations there, not because I got it from here. This is a word, a general thing about cooperatives. They elevate. So as I use Elevation, just know either Elevation, the people who came up with Elevation, it was through God, because this is exactly what co-ops do. So there are 3 things. Harvest. We are each other's harvest. In most cases, all cooperatives are each other's harvest. We are each other's business, and we are each other's bonds. 3 things. And there are laws that govern those things. Harvest. You know, the more you plant, the more you reap. If you fear numbers in a cooperative, you will reap less. So I've seen situations where people say, no, let's just have ours, a small one, ours. You will also reap very little. So let's not fear numbers. Let's invite as many people to come. The more we are, the better. It's the law of life. You plant 1 debe of beans, somebody else plants 10 debes of beans, definitely the 10 debes of beans, that person will reap more. If we encourage more people, we shall reap more. So let's not fear about anything. In fact, the more the better. 2, business. There is another law of business again. If you don't have people in business, forget about it. A good business must have more people. So the more we are, the better. Unfortunately, human life is very selfish. I want to be alone. But the reality is that anything that you think about, numbers are what matter. Bond. If you want to form strong bond, the more you are, the better. In fact, in my training, and by the way, I'm not a doctor of, so if you are sick right now, I won't heal you because I remember when I went home, my mother looked at me and said, you know, I have, in my language, they call it death. Death meaning some pain. I have some death here, and I'm told you are a doctor. Now, I am not a doctor. In my training, you've heard something of web, the web of life. The web of life is just that. The more the connection, the higher the stability. And there is this simple experiment that probably some of you have seen, where you are given a thread and you are supposed to give each other, and the greater, if I were to give you a string, the 2 of us, and we start pulling, and then somebody comes and cuts it, you will fall apart, right? Give it to 3 people and pull apart, come cut one, there is a little bit of stability. Now, if you put that string everywhere and everybody tightens it and you cut any of those connections, it just remains stable. So, any cooperative that you think of, numbers are to do with harvest. Numbers are to do with business. Numbers are to do with increased bonds. Increased harvest, increased business, increased bond. Next. So that what basically happens, the cooperators, you are now in this cooperative, the elevation. Our belief really should be, together, we are very ordinary people. But let me tell you, we can actually achieve extraordinary things, results. Just like the people that I told you in Eldoret, who teamed up, ordinary people, now they are doing extraordinary things. Next. Now, and this is again a general thing about cooperatives, and elevation just happens to be one of them. When you are in a cooperative, you are actually empowered. You may not know, but you are empowered. You are bonded. I've already said that. The bond is there. You are actually unified. Over time, you'll find that we feel we are very close together, so that your problem becomes my problem, and my problem becomes her problem. We are unified. We are inclusive. I was just talking to my friend here, and he told me he was in Kenya. Through this cooperative, now you see, we are meeting. And over time, you realize the Ugandans, and I was glad to see Ugandans dancing here, you will find that everybody will come in. That's a vision. You want to capture everybody, and you want it to be unique. Elevations will be unique. And these are key things about cooperatives in general. I hope in the next 10 years you'll realize we are actually very empowered, that our bonds are so strong, that we are more unified, and you will be surprised. The person who is out there and does not join this in the next 10 years, you will not be talking the same language. You will never talk any language. You will just find, they look at you and they say, those people, now it will be. You know, they like themselves because they call themselves elevation.